Are we live? Am I alive? Or are we all ghosts from Echo Night Beyond? Waiting for some real living soul to come and solve our problems so we can pass on to the next life. I don't know. Audio check. Alrighty. We are indeed live. My Twitch app is not saying that I am live, but I'm watching myself on Twitch. So I would beg to differ there, Twitch. We're live. Okay. Curious, who else is streaming right now? Okay. So, welcome back, everyone, for another spooky Saturdays. Now, tonight, I was going to say tonight's going to be a shorter than usual stream, but actually, for the last two streams of this game, we've only done like 5 hours, so probably going to be about that. Just to let you know, I'm going to have to take at least one break during our stream session. I have some clothes in the washing machine, and so about another 40 minutes or so, I'm going to go throw those in the dryer. But aside from that, I will be ending stream sharply at 5 o'clock this afternoon, which is in about 4 hours and 42 minutes from now. And the reason for that is because I want to start getting out and about a bit more. And there is a parade going on downtown at 7 o'clock. And I want to make sure that I get some good parking. And I think it's going to be fun. So I haven't been to a parade in a long time. And yeah, just going to go out, have some fun, enjoy myself. Hope you all are having a good Saturday as well. But let me get into the opening announcements, and then I'll get into where we're at with the game, and then we'll dive in and see if we can make any more progress today. So, again, welcome everyone on Twitch. Welcome everyone watching this a week later on the YouTube channel. Excuse me. I am your host, Lord Orfeo. I stream 5 days a week, and I stream a little something different for each and every day of the week. I know that not every person enjoys every game or game genre, and so I like to vary my content to match a varied audience. Also, doing so helps to prevent me from getting burnt out on any one game or game genre, so it's a win-win. On Mondays, I have what I call Monday Marvels. I've created various stream themes throughout the week, you see. Mondays, again, are Monday Marvels, and for Monday Marvels, we can stream any game from any genre, but no horror, no role-playing games. Those game genres have their own stream days set aside specifically for them. Also, the game from Mondays cannot be part of a series. It must be a one-off, so no prequels, no sequels. Due to this, we typically end up streaming indie games on Mondays. So if you like indie games, that's your day. Tuesdays, I take off. That's more of a family and friends day. Wednesdays, in the Discord, we have a Discord. We have anime afternoons, and so if you like anime, join us then. We screen through 2 episodes from a given series, and then afterwards on Twitch, we have our weekly Just Chatting stream called Community Chat and Gaming News, during which we chat through community updates, gaming news, and game releases for the week. Thursdays are our RPG afternoons, and so if you like role-playing games, that is your day. Fridays are Franchise Fridays, and Franchise Fridays are similar to Mondays in that we can stream any game from any genre, but again, no horror, no role-playing games. But unlike Mondays, Friday's game must be part of a larger series, hence the name Franchise Fridays. Due to this, we typically end up streaming AAA games on Fridays. So if you like the bigger blockbuster experiences, that is your day. Saturdays are Spooky Saturdays, which is what we're doing today, and it's all about horror games and all things creepy. And Sundays I take off as well. That's more of a family and friends day. Also note that I may also stream in the evening or night on Wednesdays and Sundays, but that's not a scheduled thing. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, then I encourage you to drop me a follow, and I hope to see you sometime during the week. And with our opening announcements now out of the way, return to the stream of the day. Also, before we get a bit further in, I want to say one more thing. I want to say thank you to Onyx Official for the resubscription. My friend, I am not sorry if I acknowledged your resubscription. We were streaming yesterday for almost 17 hours. Yes, we had just about a 17-hour Borderlands 3 stream yesterday. And towards the end, I was a little out of it. But we had some fun. I was seeing what was going on in chat, but I wasn't always noticing the activity feed updates. So I do apologize. But thank you. Thank you very much, Onyx. I appreciate the support. Now, to get into Echo Knight Beyond. So, I just as of this morning, I transferred the video footage from the Twitch to the YouTube. And in the description of the video, I put, if you want to skip watching this video, you can if you're looking for a full playthrough. It's only like 2.5 hours long. And we didn't really make any progress at all. We just talked about what we did or where we were at, the circumstance we were in. And we did come across one unique thing. We found a flashback sequence in the game that we had not seen before. And so that's the one thing we did do, but aside from that, we didn't do anything in the game. So the plan today is to kind of do that. It's to go back to all of the monitor rooms and see if we missed any clues, with a very careful eye looking for any green smudges or green marks on anything that we can zoom in on. Now, when you watch a flashback sequence in Echo Knight Beyond, it does flesh out the story. It gives more detail about the characters and about the world. So it's nice background. It's sort of world building, if you will. It's atmosphere, it's lore, it's story. But it can also give you clues as to what to do in the game. Because if the two substances ever got mixed, it could react, or they could react volatilely. I don't know if that means they explode. It could mean that they mix and they create some sort of corrosive acid that just eats through everything. I don't know. But now we know that we can create perhaps something that we can use to burn away, I don't know, rust or explode debris. I don't know. And we actually have one of those chemicals. We haven't found the other one yet. But maybe there's another clue like that in some of the other flashbacks that we may have missed. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to load up the game. And we're just going to walk around to all those, like I said, monitor areas and check what's going on. We should also be completely safe from all the ghosts. All the ghosts that, at least so far as I'm aware. Unless there's just like one random ghost wandering around the facility, which there could be, and that would be pretty cool, but I don't think there is. We should have cleared out all of the angry negative ghosts in all the areas we will be touring today. So. Okay. I would also like to do this in order, but I guess I was pretty tired last Saturday. And so we just left off here at the monitor room at the residence, and this is close to the end of where we were. That's fine, though. We'll just start here, and then we'll go to the beginning and do it all over again. So, let's see. We've been playing this game now for 13 hours, and just about 7 minutes. We've saved the game 40 times. I don't know why the game is keeping track of how many saves we have. Maybe it's like a special thing. I don't know. But let's load it up. controlling panel. Okay. There we go. Monitor system control panel. All right. Now, if you see any smudges, any green marks, do let me know. Let's check room 102 again. Now, I see green lights, but that's not the same thing as green marks. Green lights is just, that's some of the, I guess, LCD panel or emergency lighting that's going on here. And sometimes that can throw you. Sometimes you'll see a green mark and it'll look like it's just green light, and so you'll ignore it. And I'm not sure we're even gonna see any today. See, that looks green right there. Those plates, but I think they just look green because they're within the light being cast by that green intercom light right there. And you also can't zoom in on them. Typically, when it comes to a green mark, like you really have to zoom in on it. Like you would have to zoom in on it like the same way I can zoom in on this plant. It says the plant is withered. Like you would have to zoom in that close in order to trigger the flashback sequence. Okay, so this is the main area, and I don't see anything. So I don't think there's anything in here. Okay, let's go to camera 2. For whatever reason, the people who installed the cameras thought to install a camera. A pin up hangs on the wall. Yes, it does. They thought to install a security camera in the bed area. That's a little freaky, but you know, whatever. Again, I don't see any green markings. There is like a noodle cup there, but we never say anything about it. Okay, so there's nothing here. That looks green. That's not anything. It just says the bed isn't made. Okay, so there's nothing in room 102. Let's back out. Let's try room 103. Okay. Now I think, yeah, this is the room we found a flashback sequence in last time. And I totally missed it the first time I viewed this area. In fact, I think until I realized that I had missed it. And it was actually like a stain, or not ring left over. It's tipped over. When it was standing straight, when it was standing upright, it left a ring, a circle on the table, a green circle. And I was able to zoom in on that last Saturday, and that was the flashback sequence. And so that made me think that I may have missed something. And maybe that's why I'm sort of confused as far as where to go and what to do in this game. Like, I have an idea of what I need to do, but I can't think of any way to do it. And so I feel like maybe I've missed something. Maybe I'm just not realizing something. Maybe there's just a clue somewhere that's eluding me. Okay, nothing there. Let's check the bed area. Nope, nothing here. Okay. Let's check the main residential hallway. Now, originally there was a flashback sequence here. We already saw it, but I don't know if there's multiple flashback sequences, or if there could be multiple flashback sequences in the same area. So, See that green light down there? That's where the flashback sequence was before. Only before, that panel didn't have any power to it. And that's what threw me last time, because I was used to seeing when an item is turned on, it has sometimes a green glow to it, because that's just what the power sources look like in this game. They emit a soft green glow. And so I thought that's what was going on, but no. It actually, I think it did have power. I take that back. But the light on it was red, so it wasn't turned on. Wait, it wasn't it? Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I take that back again. It wasn't there. I think it was here. I think it was on room 102. I think there was a handprint there. That was the flashback sequence. All right, not seeing anything. Camera 3. Camera 4. Nothing. Room 105. You would think there'd be a flashback sequence like around this area to learn why the table is flipped over, but nope. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. They should have let the player loot the CD player and just like have that take up a space in your inventory, because you have unlimited space in your inventory anyway. And then like at the end or near the end of the game, maybe our character's either given a CD or you find a CD someplace, and that CD has like the full game soundtrack on it. So whenever you want to, you can listen to any song from the game. Like that would be kind of cool. But maybe they thought that would be too immersion breaking. I don't know. Okay, check the betting area. Nope, nothing here. Check room 106. There's writing here, and I think if I remember correctly, that's just like another warning about the ghosts. That's just someone saying like the ghosts, the fog drives the ghosts crazy, and don't be around them. You also want to know why this wheelchair is tipped over. And that's about it. Oh, that's a knocked over plant. I like the Ghost Hunter vibe of this game. Like, you can sort of safely explore without necessarily putting yourself in harm's way by just using the camera system. It's really cool. Nope, nothing here. Elevator lobby. I get the feeling at some point there's going to be a ghost in here. I hope I'm wrong, but I have that feeling. The first time we came in here, there was no ghost. Eventually, it did come in here at one point, and we were getting attacked, but we just left, and then we just walked right back in, and then there was no ghost. So it seems like sometimes, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if a ghost just sometimes randomly walks through here. Like, I think that would be kind of cool. Um, or maybe if the game just glitches sometimes and it says like there's a ghostly presence in the area when there actually is no ghostly presence. Or maybe the game is just legitimately trying to help you. Like maybe if you try to retrace your steps or walk down a hallway where you don't have to be because you've already been there, or you're not supposed to go there yet, maybe you just get sort of rebuffed by a ghost-like presence, even though you can't see them, because the game is trying to sort of point you in the right direction. That could be it. Okay. Check camera 2. But you can see there's a heavy fog presence in this hallway. And I feel like what we're eventually going to have to do is either get a card, like a security card, and run through the hallway to get to these doors, or to maybe get to the elevator in this lobby area without getting caught. That's kind of something we've had to do before, though not in this hallway, but I could see that being a thing. Okay, that's the elevator. Nothing here. Renovation area. Also a lot of fog in this area. And just because there is fog in an area doesn't mean that there will be a ghost in the area. What it does mean is that if there is a ghost in the area, it's going to be violent. Hmm. And there was a flashback sequence in here earlier as well. In fact, this is where we got the flashback for the two bottles that were right there, and one was there, and we collected the one that was left there. Okay, so there's nothing here. So that's it. That's all the rooms that can be monitored by the residential area cameras. And that was a spinny chair near where I'm standing. You can't see it, but it's there. So just for completionist sake, I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to return to the elevator. We are able to get down to basement floor level, I think it's basement floor level 2. Oh, it's 1. Okay. We've gained like security clearance to go into the basement level 1, but not basement level 2 yet. Now, I think we've completed everything there is to complete on this floor in terms of like story. But again, we're coming back through here to see if we missed anything.
Zero gravity engaged.
I'm kind of surprised to let me do that.
Zero gravity disengaged.
You need to mess with that a little bit for not exactly a story puzzle, but um, we got a flashback sequence here. Find something under a chair. But let's go make our way to the monitor rooms. I think there's 2 monitor rooms on this floor. The first one is this way. And yes, I know it is super dark in here. This is a very dark game. Not in terms of gore, in terms of lighting. Like, it's just really dark. And also keep in mind, I went into the game settings and I cranked the brightness in this game to max. So even the small bits of detail that you're seeing, you're technically not even supposed to be able to see. Like, the game, I guess, really wants you to use your headlamp or your shoulder lamp at all times to see around you. And I guess that's supposed to create more tension because you're never quite sure what's in the darkness ahead of you. Um, and there's also resource management because eventually your headlamp will turn off. Like, it'll start to dim after a while, after the power on it starts to drain, then it will eventually just kind of turn off. It'll always let you use it as a very, very dim light if it's completely empty. But yeah, it'll just be a lot um, duller. And I see what they were going for. I do. Um, they were going for a feeling of resource management, a feeling of stress and anxiousness to impose on the player, similar to the way that Outlast does it. But there's a difference between Outlast and this game. In Outlast, not all of the areas are so dark that you need to have your lights on almost all the time. In this game, that's how it is. So I feel like they went overboard with the darkness in this game. And also in Outlast, while there are some puzzles in Outlast, it is very light in the puzzles. Like, I don't remember exactly how many right now, but I feel like there's maybe three puzzles in the game tops, like absolute tops. I want to say there's only one that I can think of, but I think there might be more than one. We'll split the difference. Say maybe there's two puzzles over the course of the entire game. It's really more of an adventure horror game. Whereas with this game, it is adventure puzzle horror because there are a lot of puzzles in it. And the reason why that makes it a not good setup for leaving the player in darkness is because you might get stuck, just like we've gotten stuck in this game multiple times. And if that's the case, you're going to feel like you missed something. You're going to want to retread old areas. And as you're doing that, you're just draining more and more battery. And that's irksome. You know, it's irksome to feel like you don't know where to go. You feel directionless. You feel like you don't know how to solve a given puzzle, and you just have to stand there and just keep wasting your resources in an area until you figure it out. And what it makes you want to do is, if you sort of want to preserve challenge, is it makes you want to load up your last save file, explore the game, try to figure it out, and then when you eventually figure it out, then reload your last save file and then just do what you have to do. That way you haven't burnt through a good chunk of your suit's battery. And like, that's not how you should play a game. You shouldn't play it to sort of experiment with different things and then be like, okay, I found the right way to do something. Let me reload my last save, and then like, no, you should just roll through it. But like, that's why this setup doesn't really work. But I will say, I give them props. This is an earlier experiment into that kind of game design. And so it might sound like I'm faulting them for that, and I'm not really. Uh, it's just they were trying to like work with a formula that didn't really benefit the kind of game that they were making, but they were on an interesting path, and other games came along after them and sort of uh, implemented the formula in a better way. Okay, so nothing in the freight elevator. Let's check elevator lobby, basement level 1. I also noticed that when you view certain rooms through the security cameras, the lighting is way different. We were in here earlier and it was like pitch black. We tried to walk through that door, not that door. We tried to walk through the door on the right that has the green light next to it, and literally the only thing we could see was the green light. Because it was just so dark and you couldn't see anything in this room. But for some reason, the security camera, it can see just fine. I guess they work well in low light. I don't know, but that's kind of weird too. I think there was a flashback sequence here. I think it was around the knocked over plant area. Okay, so I don't see anything here. So I don't think there's anything there. Let's check the control passage. Now, the control passage to me is weird. And it's weird because I feel like maybe we needed a tool or tools, and it says various equipment and supplies. I tried to like see if I could pick anything up around here, but I couldn't do it. It seems like you would collect something in this area that could be useful, but there's nothing here. And that's just an emergency light that doesn't do anything. There was also a flashback sequence in this room. There was a ghost who looked like maybe she had hurt her ankle or her foot. And if you zoomed in on the marking left by her foot, that gave you a flashback sequence. Research area hallway. Trying to be as thorough as I can because the markings can be on the wall, they can be on the floor. You never really know. Not seeing anything. Let's check camera 2. This is aimed at the bathrooms. Nope. Check the vegetable plant passage. This is just outside of where we are. Through that door is where we are. I don't see anything. Check camera 2. There was a flashback sequence here. It was on that wall panel. Check the vegetable plant. These cameras are very limited in terms of their movement. There's like vegetation that's overgrown the cameras, and it also has sort of dirtied up their lenses. Alright, so nothing there. Cultivation control room. A box is mounted on the wall. Yeah, I think that box said something like, please return key to box when you're through with it. And that key was used to start one of the machines in the previous room. But we found that key. It wasn't in the box. It was someplace else. Alright, so I don't see anything here. Camera 2, we used that already. That's like a little mini stove. We use that to heat up a tin of food. Nope. So that's all for this area. And then this is right across the hall. You can't see it, but there's a door here. This is the other monitoring area on this floor. The cameras here cover the rest of the rooms on this floor. Fisheries control room. Nothing here. Camera 2. Nope. Check the fishery station. There were 2 ghosts in here last time. One we set free. The other one was just really angry that we drove away the fog and followed it out of the room. Not seeing anything either. Camera 3. Camera 4. Nope. Wait. No, okay. I thought maybe I might have missed a mark down here somewhere on the floor. Food storage warehouse. The ghost that used to be in here is the last one that I think it was the last one we set free. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. But it was one of the last. I don't see anything. There was, before that crate was put there was like a ghostly stain on this beltway here that we observed. Nothing here. Food storage passageway. This is just outside of where we are. We're right through that door. And we walked down this hallway. It was like pitch black. But again, security cameras are just, they have great low light vision, I guess. I don't see any markings anywhere. No green streaks. Nope. Gravity control room. This is where we were before. I'm not seeing anything. Camera 2. Oh, I think I found something. You see it? I see it. It's the glowing keyboard right there on the bottom part of our screen. It's kind of like glowing and flashing like that. The lights in this game don't do that. Usually they're just steady. They don't glow. They don't like pulse. So that's the sequence that we missed. And you can't see those kind of ghostly flashback lights, or ghostly lights that initiate a flashback sequence with your own eyes. You can only see them through the security camera. And then once you see them, they disappear. But we got one. We found something. Hmm. Okay, so that explains something. I think I helped a ghost on this floor, and I got a collar with a key attached to it, but I don't know. Now I guess I know what the collar goes to that cat, but I still don't know what the key does. Ah, hello, Tasachi. How are you doing? Tasachi says, "You look bamboozled." I'm trying to figure this out, Tasachi. How are you doing today? And Tasachi has redeemed, "Hello, I'm new to stream." Well, welcome to our stream for the very first time, Tasachi. It is good to have you here. Again. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do in this game, Tasachi. So I thought maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed a clue. And clues are flashback sequences in this game, so I'm just going back through all of the monitoring rooms and checking to see if maybe I missed any clues. And I did. I missed at least one clue. We just saw a flashback sequence there, so maybe I've missed others, and um, maybe if I can find one or two more, that will clue me in as to what to do in the game. Sachi says, "I'm alright. In the middle of watching a French speedrun marathon." Oh. There is a slight pause, so I passed by. Well, thank you for passing by, Tasachi. A French speedrun of what? Remember Me? Yeah, see, those are green lights, but they're not pulsing. Okay, and there was a flashback sequence earlier in this room, and it was on the floor. So nothing here. Okay. Wait. What's this? Gravity control room. Gravity training room. Oh, that's... I know where that is. Okay. Hmm. I guess let's save here since we found something new. Hisachi says it's a... no, it's like a collective marathon involving multiple games being speed run. Oh. It's called Speed-Ons. If you want to check it out later. Okay. Oh, it's for fundraising? That's nice. Oh, I went the wrong way. All right, let's get out of here. No! All right, back up to floor one. What's the organization that funds are being raised for? Or are there various organizations? Where did I come from? Left. Okay. It's for a French medical organization. They are called Médecins du Monde, meaning doctors, nurses of the world. I see, okay. Well, I hope they have a good turnout and plentiful donations. Okay. Let's hit up I guess the work area. That's where we came through first. Let's check our map. Straight ahead. It's crazy how close to the beginning of the game we actually are. Like, just down that escalator. I'm not going to go down there. Just down that escalator and through like 2 hallways is where we started the game. It's already at 300,000 euros. So you guess they're already happy? I would think so. Hmm. I'm guessing this control panel is used to turn the walkway. Ah, Fusion is here. Hello, Fusion. What language is that? Fusion in an unknown language to me. Urdu. Oh, in Urdu. Says I is here. How are you doing, Fusion? And Fusion has redeemed. Hello, I'm new to stream. Well, welcome to our stream for the very first time, Fusion. Again, how are you doing? And Fusion has redeemed Hydrate. Very well. Tasachi says, maybe you have to go back to the start. I think you're right, Tasachi. I think I do, just not yet. So, excuse me. First off, this fellow is preventing me from getting back to the beginning of the game, and I can't go around him. And if I get too close to him, he will kill me. But there's also, I think, 1 or 2 rooms at the start of the game that I can't enter. And I need a battery in order to power up the sort of shuttle that's crash landed next to the facility in order to get into those rooms. But I don't have a battery yet. I think I know where I can get a battery, but a peaceful ghost is blocking the way. But I can't ask the peaceful ghost to move. I have to appease it first, somehow, and then it will leave, and then I can get the battery. And I think the way I do that is I have to help this ghost first, but I can't help this ghost because he's going to be violent because the room he's in is surrounded by fog. So first, I have to figure out how to clear the fog out of this room, and then he'll be peaceful. I can talk to him. I can learn more about who he is, and then I think that'll work itself out. Cheers, Phoebe. Do I know who it is? I have an idea of who it is. So there was a character. There's 2 ghosts, and I think they're linked. He looks like he's a hangman. Um, there was a character earlier that we met. He looked more like a managerial fellow, and he said that the station was running low on power, and so he sent someone, and we didn't get to see who he sent, but he sent someone to go find a battery, and that he would wait in the battery room. Not this ghost, but the more managerial looking ghost is in the battery room. He was a violent ghost. We cleared the fog away. Now he's peaceful. And he's standing right in front of a battery bank. So I think that's where the battery is. And I think this is the person who was sent to get the batteries. But I think he died out here on the walkway, and that's why his ghost haunts the walkway. And I think, and I'm not sure, but I'm not sure what's in here. At first, I thought maybe this was an area where a battery would be stored. Like maybe it's through that dark thing that kind of looks like a door. So maybe we have to come in here and take the battery that's here, and then maybe we have to go back to the battery charging station to charge it, and then we can use that in our ship. But like I said, I have to get past here first, and I can't do that without clearing the fog, so this guy won't try to kill us. So it's a logical sequence that you have to follow. It's just figuring out not just the order in which you have to do things, but how to do the things themselves. Check the filtration plant hallway. But like I said, I was pretty stumped as far as what to do next. Like I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do, like what I just described to you, but I don't know how to do it. And I've been kind of stuck here for a couple weeks now, and I don't want to use a walkthrough. I want to figure it out on my own, or figure it out with the help of people in stream who also are not using a walkthrough. And I think maybe I just missed a clue. And so that's why I'm sort of panning the area now with these different security cameras. Maybe there's something here that I missed. There are green glowing marks sometimes that you see on walls or on the floor. Not that. That's a light. But like a separate green glowing ghostly mark. And if you zoom in on it, you'll see a flashback sequence. And that may give you a clue to something. And I feel like maybe if I see enough clues that I may have missed, that I'll be able to figure out how to proceed. I think so far we found one clue today. But I'm going through every single security cam and every single monitoring station looking for missed clues. There was a clue here that we saw earlier. Nothing here. Work area hallway. Ah, Albatrax is here. Hello, Albatrax. How are you doing? I'm trying to see if I missed any clues in this horror game. Wait, what was that? Okay. I thought I saw something. I thought I saw a red ghost walk across the screen, but I don't think it did. Where does this go? I don't remember where the work area hallway leads. Oh, now I do. I guess we can go that way. You're good? That's good. Okay. This is another area of the game that can't figure out just yet. The fog is very heavy here. But there's no ghosts here, so that's nice. Though when we first came here, there were. There was one ghost, but it seemed like it was just passing through the air and never came back. So
Oxygen leak detected.
I'll take the battery. Work lift access point. The lift isn't on this level. Not only is the lift not on this level, but there's no button around here to push to gain access to it. There's a ladder down there, but we can't get down there to climb up the ladder to get up here. So we're sort of stuck. Now, if there was some way to get from where I'm standing up there, a huge tank, it appears to be very old, and then we were able to climb down that ladder and then find the work platform and move that up here. And that is this thing, which is very, very hot. It looks extremely hot, water droplets landing on the surface. So I'm guessing if there's something that maybe we need to heat up very quickly, like a can or something, we can briefly set it on top of this device. And, oh, well, that will warm it. Or maybe the needle on the temperature gauge hovers near the max. It looks like it's overheating. Maybe if we can figure out how to turn off this machine, maybe it'll stop producing this steam, the fog will go away, and maybe it'll be safe here, and who knows where else the fog may disappear from, but I don't know how to turn it off. It doesn't, like, that's just a monitoring gauge. There's nothing there that we can push. That I'm aware of, anyway. I'm clicking on everything, nothing's happening. Maybe just find a valve round thingy that you turn and plug into a pipe? Maybe. There was a puzzle like that in the previous game in this series. You just had to find like a circular crank, plug it in someplace, turn it, and you could progress. So, move beyond this point. I think there's a monitoring station through here. Yep, it's right there. Okay. So these are the rooms ahead of us. Electrolysis extraction. Ah, we found another flashback sequence. Nice. Yeah, that green light there is sort of on the wall and it's blinking, it's sort of pulsing. That's a flashback marker.
Did the director find this stone?
Yeah, his co-worker, who was also his best friend, fell and died when they went to the site. He found it when they were collecting his body.
And then the company promoted him. Maybe it was a gift from that friend of his.
I don't exactly feel good about it. Seems like he got this in exchange for his friend's life.
Like a sacrifice to grant the director's wish.
What was his name? Oh yeah, Kenneth or something like that.
So that probably means if we are able to get all the way down there, we're going to encounter another ghost. a ghost named Kenneth. Regolith processing plant is where that leads. I don't see any other clue markings here. Processing plant. There is a ghost in here, and he is violent. But he's a funny, violent ghost. There's a door right there that we can't get through. It's locked. I don't see any green markings anywhere. Camera 2. So the machinery over there keeps making a noise. And every once in a while it'll wake up the ghost. The ghost is actually sleeping. That's the door we would come through. That's a machine right there that we could use to vent the fog in this room, and that would make the ghost in this room peaceful, but we don't have a security card of a sufficient, or an employee ID card that's sufficient enough to scan through here in order to vent the room. So we're just kind of stuck. There's material storage. There's 2 ghosts on the other end of this door, but they don't want to open it because they're peaceful, and the fog would get into that room and it would make them violent, and they don't want to do that. And there's the sleeping ghost. Every once in a while he'll wake up, look around, and then he'll fall back asleep. I'm guessing that's how he died. He was supposed to be on watch, like on guard duty, I guess, for ghosts. And I guess he was just so tired he fell asleep out here, and then the ghost killed him. And then the ghost went through that door in the back and killed the other 2 astronauts. There's also this door over here, but it's locked. That's why the light's red. So I get the impression that maybe you have to help all the ghosts in this area, and then that door unlocks and you can go to a different part of the facility. Wait, what's this? Control panel. There is a lever on one side. I wonder what that does. I wonder if that unlocks the door. But that's right in front of him. And he doesn't stay asleep for long. What's this game about? Well, Albatrax, this is a science fiction horror game. And so we're playing a character that this is the storage room with the other two ghosts. It takes place in the year 2044. Looks like Five Nights at Freddy's type deal. We are in love, and we have a fiance, and the fiance and I have decided that we want to get married on the moon. We want to do something special. And so we saved up our funds, and we flew to the moon to get married. But on our way to the moon, something happened to the shuttle, and it had to be crash landed. After the crash, we wake up after an unknown period of time. We are inside an astronaut suit, and there's no one on the shuttle except for a damaged android. And there is a message written on the back of the chair in front of us in late. And we make our way inside the lunar facility, which is a moon base, and we start exploring. We still haven't found anyone, well, anyone living. We have found ghosts. We have found a working android unit, and that's it so far. And so we're trying to continue to explore this moon base, trying to find out where our fiance has gone, and if she's even still alive. Along the way, we encounter ghosts, and it seems that most of the ghosts are peaceful. But if a ghost is surrounded by fog, it makes the ghost violent. It sort of drives them crazy, and they lash out at you when they see you. And so you have to figure out how to flush out the fog from the room, make the ghost peaceful, talk to the ghosts, and the ghosts typically have something like an unfinished task from life that they want you to help them with, like maybe just convey a message to someone, or maybe retrieve a special item from someplace, and or maybe reunite them with someone. And when you do that, then the ghost feels complete, and they can move on to the afterlife. And sometimes that just means that they're no longer blocking a passage that you can cross. Sometimes that means they leave you behind a certain item that you can use to appease another ghost or to gain access to another area of the facility. And so you're sort of going through this process of solving puzzles, helping spirits sort of be put to rest, all for the greater purpose of finding your fiance. Right now, however, I am stuck. I don't know what to do in the game. I feel like I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know how to go about doing it. And so I thought maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed some clue. And so far, we found two clues, and we're going to re-review those later on from a menu to see if they give us any helpful pointers, and then proceed from there. But the clues we're looking for look like green markings. They should be glowing or pulsing. They look like rub marks on a floor or a door or a wall. And that's kind of what I'm trying to look for. Okay, so if I did manage to get through this room, there's a tiny room on the other side, and then I don't know where that tiny room goes to. The one thing I have noticed, though, that I did not notice before, is that that's a sleeping ghost. He's violent. You'd have to sneak past him. I was hoping to sneak past him and scan that machine there, because if you can do that, this room gets vented from the fog and that ghost becomes peaceful. But maybe you have to do this in a different order. Um, there's a machine here, and it doesn't say what it does. It just says that there's a lever on one side. There's also needles attached to it. Maybe what that does, since there's needles attached to it, and it looks like it's spiking, maybe this is what controls the thing that's overheating outside. But look how close he is. Like, that's something we could try, but I would be worried to try that. Though in every monitoring control room, there is a save point. So maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Let's give it a try. If we die, we start from here. Loading time shouldn't be this long. No, I think something's wrong. And this game was made some time ago, originally for the PlayStation 2. Developed by From Software, the same company behind Elden Ring. Good thing we saved right there. Yes, From Software. This is how I became a fan of From Software. Through the original Echo Knight, which is different from this game, a little bit different. And through Tenchu, Stealth Assassins, which they also made. Okay, there's the sleeping ghost down there. We saw this room earlier through the monitoring cameras. We have to sneak down the stairs, and then maybe wait for the ghost to wake up, and then go back to sleep, and then go flip the lever, or we can just chance it and just sprint over there. I forgot which button is the run button. L1, okay. Man! And he won't follow me through the door. But I will have to wait a bit until he gets tired and turns around and goes to sit back down in his chair and then goes back to sleep. It's crazy to see the humble beginnings of these huge studios. Oh. And then ran back. We almost had a heart attack right there. Now, did that do anything? I'm not even sure if we're supposed to do that yet. They need to make a new one. Yeah, they've made... I think technically they've made 4 games in the series. I beat the first one a long time ago on PlayStation 1. It is my favorite PlayStation 1 adventure game. They made a second one that was similar to the first game, but it was only ever released in Japan, and I think maybe in very limited supplies in Europe, also for the PS1. And then I think it was like a mobile spin off game. And then there's this one from the PlayStation 2. And that's it. They never made another game in the series. But I would like them to. Why is it green again? Wait, let's go back. And the needle's still pointing all the way to the right. I think it may have reset. Maybe that's like a time thing. I don't know. And that's just a battery for my headlamp or my shoulder lamp. Alright, let's leave this area. And the first game. And the first game, the first Echo Knight, you play a young man who gets a phone call from the police, and you find out that the house of your grandfather is burnt down, and there's no trace of your grandfather's body, and no one can find your grandfather, and so no one thinks that he actually died in the fire, because if he did, the fire wasn't hot enough to vaporize him. So they would have found remains, but no one can seem to locate him. And you kind of get called in by the police officer to go and look through your grandfather's belongings, because they can't contact your grandfather because no one knows where he is. And after after getting there, you rummage around and you find your grandfather's diary. And in your grandfather's diary, there's a bit of a story, sort of a preface to sort of set the game up. And then there is an item. And I forget what item it is. But it's like that item transports you from the house magically to an ocean liner lost at sea, one that was never recovered. And check the energy area now. And aboard this ocean liner, it's pretty much the same setup as the Ghost in this lunar facility. You're just trying to figure out how you got to the ocean liner, um, and how to get back to where you came from. There's spirits there that you can interact with, and you can get information from, and you help them sort of um, move on to the next life, and uh, they also sort of help you in return. And you learn that your grandfather may also be aboard that ship. Maybe that's where he's disappeared to. And that's sort of the story of the game, and it's really cool. Only the mechanic in that game that makes the ghosts aggressive is different. In that game, the ghosts are aggressive by well, most of the ghosts are peaceful. But there are a few ghosts in the first Echo Knight that are aggressive. Um, and there's no easy way to make them non-aggressive. So what you have to do is you have to turn on lights, and lights are what serve to ward away the evil spirits. And eventually, you can find ways to make the evil ghosts or the violent ghosts stop being violent, sort of giving them something while they're trying to attack you, or leading them into a room uh, that has special meaning to that ghost, and then they'll sort of realize where they are, and they'll calm down. And so it's easier, I think, to sort of protect yourself from ghosts in the first game. Uh, but this one takes place in space. And the second one, the one that I think was exclusive to Japan, was I think that mostly took place in a house. Okay, let me see the map here. Okay, so we can go up and to the right, or we can go up and to the left. I think I know what It's up and to the right. It's a doorway that we can't get through. So let's go up and to the left. Free of fog, though. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Also, the environments in the first game were not nearly this dark. Alright. Here's a monitoring room. And I think this is the only monitoring... I think this is the last monitoring room that we can look through. No. It is not. There's one more. At least I think there is. Observatory hallway. No, I don't see anything. Try camera 2. I think there's one more monitoring station that we can visit somewhere. Energy area hallway. We passed through here not long ago. No. Checking the walls. Camera 3. Power transfer room. And in the first Echo Knight, you were never able to do what I'm doing now. You were never able to, like, see into other parts of an area without going there. That's where we are right now. We're through that door. So you would literally just have to walk into a room and hope there were no ghosts there. And if there were, you would have to hope that they weren't going to try to kill you. This area looks pretty clean. Wait, I feel like there used to be fog here. Not a lot of fog, but I feel like there used to be fog. Solar panel control room. I don't see anything here. Hmm. Battery room hallway. Again, that's the door on the far right that we're through. This is the end of the hallway. And the battery room. In here is the last ghost that we helped. This place was full of fog. He was walking around. He was violent. And while he was patrolling the area, we had to run in without him noticing us, climb the stairs, run up here, solve like a mini puzzle involving this control panel. And what that did is it turned the power on in this area. Then after turning the power on, you had to run down these stairs, and there is, you can kind of see it on the far left of the screen against the wall, there is a ventilation shaft, or not shaft, a ventilation device that we had to use to trigger in order to vent the steam or the fog from the room, and then he became peaceful. And now he's standing right there. That's the managerial guy that I was talking about that sent someone else out to find a battery. And I feel like if he weren't there, we could either do something with the computer, or maybe he's blocking something right there. But we have to appease him first. And he's concerned about someone that he sent to go get a battery, so I guess we have to help the person whom he sent to get a battery. And then, I guess, bring proof that we helped that person back to this ghost. And then he'll thank us, then he'll move on, and then we'll be able to gain access to whatever it is he's blocking. There was also a flashback sequence in this room that we've already triggered, but I don't know if there are multiple, if there could be multiple flashback opportunities in each room or not. And that's the ventilation control device we had to use to vent the room. Okay, so nothing new here. And let's save. So there's no reason to go down the stairs right now. I feel like maybe we could do something with this. It says disconnected power cable. So it's like, all right, well, what's it disconnected from? Do we reconnect it? But we're never given that option. The only other place that we can go is the place that doesn't really have anything to do. I think it's just a door. Like a locked door. But I don't remember if there's a monitoring station on the other side or not. Let me look at the map. It doesn't even show you. Okay. No fog, though. No fog is good. So you can see that there's a window here. We can see what looks like a large telescope outside. There's a door here. It looks like a vault door, so I'm guessing this leads maybe to the area where you can control that. Now this uses a normal key. It does not use a key card, which is very unusual. But we click it, it just says it's locked. And the only non-key card key that I have is this collar. There's nothing happened. So I don't know what to do. If I go into my items though, and I look at the collar, it says collar for a small animal. There is a key attached to it. So either we have to, I don't know, do something with the collar, and maybe a ghost takes the collar from us and the key drops, and then we can come back here and use the key. Or maybe this key is used for something totally different than this door. I don't know. But that's it. We've retraced all of our steps. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to return to the hub area, just because that is the safest area to be at. At least I feel like it is. And I'm going to read the notes of the flashbacks that we found. In fact, I'll probably read the notes of all the flashbacks that we found, even the ones we found on previous streams, and see if maybe we can piece together what to do next. Okay. Notes. Let's see if any of this update. Any of these. Ghost encounter on the elevated walkway in the water filtration plant. His cries are filled with panic and desperation. Man from security camera recordings. It seems he was directly involved with the mining operations responsible for the discovery of a new mineral at the lunar facility. Ghost seen wandering areas of facility engulfed in the fog. He seems to be searching for someone, and there is much hatred for the fog in his voice. Yet why does he continue to venture into the affected areas? Oh, maybe that's the ghost of the best friend who died that they were talking about, where it seemed like there was some sort of ritual involved, like maybe the guy's best friend had to die in order for the red stone to be found. Maybe that's the ghost of the friend who felt betrayed, and that's why he's angry, and that's why he stays with the fog, because he's looking for the friend who betrayed him for power. Well, not power, but success. Recordings. Yeah, we found two. Paw prints. Cat paw prints left on the gravity control system's surface. The cat is playing on top of the machine when it accidentally activates a switch. It scoots away after being startled by the noise. Oh, wow. So that's the cat. So the cat killed that person. Well, sort of. I mean, the person may have still died from a ghost attack. But we find a ghost locked in the gravity chamber, um, while low gravity is activated, and because low gravity is activated, the um, the person can't get out. Interesting. Okay. Wall shadow. Shadow left against the wall. Two people are talking about the stone's discovery and how the director found it while recovering the body of his friend Kenneth, who was killed in a fall. Table glove imprint. Glove imprint left on a table in room 103. A man in a spacesuit is talking to someone. The conversation is about a stone and some of the recent events that have taken place since its discovery. Container footprint. Footprint of a container that was sitting on a floor in the materials storage room. Two people in spacesuits are talking to each other regarding the whereabouts of their commander. Conveyor belt shadow. Shadow left on the edge of the conveyor belt in the food storage warehouse. Two people are heard talking about a food shortage and a red stone. One speaks of the stone warily, while the other claims it to be their salvation. Rolling coin trail. Trail left behind by a rolling coin. The sound of Oliver's footsteps and heavy breathing can be heard coming from nearby. He drops a small coin-shaped chocolate as he passes, and it rolls out of view under a seat. Dented wall panel. Dent left in a wall panel lining the hallway. The panel is damaged when a man, clearly angry, lashes out in frustration. He declares his will to live and is heard mentioning the names Claudia and Kenneth. Afternoon, Indy. How are you doing? Footprints. Footprints left on the ground in the back of the control passage. Biggs is seen speaking to his injured wife, Ali. She appears to be in great pain, and he tells her to stay put while he goes to look around. Room sign hand imprint. Imprint of a person's hand left behind on a room sign in the residential hallway. Nikolai Ivanov is searching for a way to remove the fog when he hears Carol's laughter and slumps to the ground. Chemical container mark. Footprint of a chemical container that was sitting on a shelf. A man is overheard warning another person about the dangers of storing the two chemicals so close to each other, as their contents react violently when combined. Stairway footprints. Footprints on the stairs in the battery room. Two men are speaking at the bottom of the stairway. One of the men is asking the other to search for salvageable batteries, but the man being asked to go is frightened. Couch drag marks. Scratch marks left on the floor of the rest area hallway. A person is seen dragging a couch and muttering to himself. His voice is filled with fear. The sound of metal scraping on metal echoes throughout the hallway. And that's it. This game does not look scary. It is indeed. It's just, this game is an adventure puzzle horror game. And so at times, the game focuses more on the horror aspect, mostly through atmosphere, though sometimes you are being pursued by ghosts. And other times, it focuses more on puzzle solving. And the reason why this probably doesn't seem spooky is because I have run into a puzzle. I'm not even sure if it's a puzzle, really. I have run into a circumstance, we'll say that, and I'm not sure how to solve the circumstance that I'm in. And so, without knowing how to proceed, I cannot proceed. I have an idea, maybe, of something I could try, but if it doesn't work, then I'm a little stumped. But I'm going to come down here to the residential area, and I'm going to save my game just to make sure nothing bad happens to me, because I have to step away. I have some laundry in the washing machine. I'm going to put that in the dryer, and then I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then we will be back to continue trying to figure out what to do next.